Hey, hey, welcome, welcome. It's good to see you guys. Thank you so much, Vanessa and Wendy, for being here. We are about to start a laser Q&A session, and I have several questions that people have submitted for this session, which I'm intending to answer. And because we are only in a 30-minute window, just so you know, guys, we do these Q&A sessions every single week inside this room at this time. Hey, Karen, hi. So if you have not been here before, and if you're watching this replay, don't worry. You can come back here every single week. Hey, Karen. You can come back here every week. Hey, Barbara, nice of you to join us. So what I would love for us to do today is just really focus on these questions. If you have any questions that come up within this 30-minute laser targeted Q&A session, please put them in the chat box because I will answer them today. And I'm more than happy to do so. But like I say, I've got these pre-submitted questions which I'm going to answer. So like I say, every week at 3 o'clock, we meet here inside this networking room. So if you want to come and join us every single week, feel free. You're more than welcome. My name is Michelle Dale. I'm the founder of Virtual Co-working Space, which is where we are right now. And we are currently inside our working online event. Now, this event, I'm just going to shut the door because the wind is blowing it. I live on the beach, as you know. So this event is designed for virtual assistants who want to really kind of level up the lifestyle side of their business. This is very, very important to me, and all the teaching that I do as a coach, as a trainer for virtual assistants, that you design the lifestyle first and then you create the business around it. And that's generally what I help people to do. So we have some very common questions. I'm going to get through as many questions as I can today. Like I say, it's a laser Q&A session. And if anybody here who is in the room wants to leave a question in the chat, please feel free. Otherwise, I am just going to keep going. And obviously, if you have any comments or something that you would want to leave, please do. So the very first question is, what is the fastest way to get an ideal client? Okay. This, I wish this wasn't a laser session because I could talk a lot longer about this, but basically the fastest way to get an ideal client is to use the scripting process that is currently available inside the Sky Sanctuary in this event. Okay, so if you click on all rooms and you go to the Sky Sanctuary, you'll see a scripting process in there. Now, whenever I want a new client or I decide I'd like to attract a new client, I will go through and I will start a scripting process of the exact client I would love to attract. Now, I work a lot in Podia, so I always, when I want a new client or a new project, I always want to script out a new Podia client. So for me, I always script out a new Podia client, and lo and behold, I get several consultations over the next week of people wanting Podia sites. I can't tell you how this works, but it's very much godlike, and all I can say to you is, if you check out the money spa, which is in the wellness spa inside the virtual co-working space, and you check out the scripting guide and the lessons and the tutorial inside the Sky Sanctuary, it will explain to you a little bit more about what that is. Now, I'm starting a One Circle Mastery course, which begins next week, and I'm going to be talking more about that tomorrow and the day after. And scripting is a huge part of that because I want you guys to start attracting your ideal clients. If you're a service provider and you provide any kind of service, it is your right to have your ideal clients, and I can help you do that. So the fastest way to attract an ideal client, check out the scripting inside the Sky Sanctuary, follow the lesson. There's a video in there. It's just over 30 minutes. And if you're a member of Virtual Co-working Space, you're going to have the book, the flip book, and also the download available inside Virtual Co-working Space in the members area. Next question. How to get a client to talk themselves into working with you? Okay, so I rephrased this question because it was how do I get a client to work with me? And the way you do that is to get a client to talk themselves into working with you. So basically, that's not like through any like woo-woo or anything like that. But basically what you do is you really listen to the client. You try and understand the client's needs. You have to do a lot of listening in this process. I know too many VAs who come in and they're like, oh, you need to do this, and you need to do that, and you need to do that. But sometimes the client is not ready to hear it, you know? They're not in a position where they're ready to hear all the things that they're currently objecting to. And this is why VAs struggle with objection handling, because the client is simply not ready to hear the responses of the objection handling. So what you need to do then is do a lot of listening and reframing. Okay, so you will reframe things in alignment with the client's current situation and get them to imagine how things would be if it was different, or get them to imagine, well, let's reframe it in this way. And also to give them a real perspective on investment, because a lot of clients won't jump in or go forward because they don't really understand where their money is going. But if you say, okay, well, if you have a course and you sell it so many courses at this amount of money, or you have clients and you can upsell to so many clients this amount, and you can do that and you can do that, does that make sense? It will also make sense to them. So it's really about having it make sense to the client. It makes perfect sense to you, but it doesn't always make sense to the client. So if you can find a way to communicate your services where they make sense to the client, then you will secure the business. And oftentimes when the client is saying no, or I'll think about it, or I don't think so, then you have not made enough sense to the client. So you go in and try and make more sense. It's basically how it works. How to get a client to choose you as their virtual assistant. This came in as a question because the market's apparently saturated. There's so many VAs out there. There's so many people who are basically inundated with virtual assistants in their inbox daily, and people can sometimes see that as a threat, but really it's not. I'm also inundated daily with people wanting to be my virtual assistant, but I don't see that as any particular threat, because I know the very specific type of virtual assistant that I want to work with, and it's not the masses. And what you need to be looking for is basically clients like me. You need to be looking for clients who want to work with you because of you, not because of how cheap you are, and not because of how competitive you can be, or any of those things. That's not what we call the ideal client. Now, we need virtual assistants in all levels to be able to cater to all needs of clients. But what I teach is how to attract and secure high-end clients. And that does not mean seeing yourself as another number. You need to see everyone else as a number and yourself as something quite different. So how to get a client to choose you as their virtual assistant? Be the best. Be the absolute best virtual assistant you could possibly be. Listen, which is what we talked about before. And know in your being that people want to work with you. It's not the other way around. You're not fishing for clients. You're not sat on a boat in the middle of the ocean hoping to make a catch. The client is on the boat hoping to catch you out of all the other fish that are in the sea. And as soon as you can get your head around that, because you're the best, because you strive to be the best, because you care more than other people, because you want the client to do well more than other people, then that's all you need to think about. I don't need to be concerned about the millions of virtual assistants in the ocean right now, because I know there's one client up there really hoping to catch me. And that's the way you do it. A lot of this is mindset stuff. The practical stuff, I've done it in courses and trainings till I'm blue in the face. But getting your head around it is the real thing that you need to consider, because you know your services are good, you know your skills are good, you know you can produce, you know you can provide, you know you can get results. But getting your head around the mindset of the whole thing of securing clients can sometimes be very difficult. Should you display your rates on your website or not? This is a good question, and it comes up a lot. The answer from me is always yes, because I don't like people wasting my time. I'm super transparent with my rates. I've got them on my website, and the thing I like about that is whenever somebody books a consultation with me, I do have in the fine print, please go and check my rates on my website before you book the consultation, or after the consultation, to make sure that we're a good fit, because those are my rates. And the nice thing about it is every consultation I do with a potential client, they already know my rates, so we don't have to have this conversation about money, and I prefer that myself. If you don't want to, if your VA skills are a little bit more malleable, like, oh, it could be this and it could be this, so I can't really display my rates, then simply add a from rate. Starting from consultations, starting from one sourcing packages, starting from VA services, starting from, because at least then you know your minimum, this is what I'm prepared to get out of bed for, you're going to get with every consultation. So in answer to that question, should you display rates? I would say yes. But if you, like I say, if you don't have a one size fits all, then display the minimum. Okay. How do I stay in control of my income? In terms of your clients and your packages and things like that, you have to preempt. Okay, so let's say you have a financial goal. You have to reverse engineer and preempt that financial goal before you can make it. You can't, again, go out there with your fishing rod fishing, hoping to catch a client who's hoping to pay you the rates. So we've already talked about displaying rates, so that you can more easily preempt your finances and what you're going to be able to make per client. And then once you do that, you're going to figure out how many clients you need per month, 3 months, 6 months, year. And then you can think about more about how you want to work with those clients, what those packages look like, and what is the duration and the length of those packages. So once you can do that, then you're in a position, and I teach this all in one sourcing, by the way. So inside my one sourcing program, this is inside level 4 finance. We reverse engineer your packages. We reverse engineer the number of clients you're going to need. We reverse engineer the timescales that are going to occur within that package or within that time. And then we know exactly how many clients you need every single month and what you need to be selling to those clients every single month or a quarter or 6 months or even a year. And basically that's how you do it. So in terms of staying in complete control of your income, you plan it out in advance, and then you reverse engineer it, and you can use the scripting to do that too, which is currently in the Sky Sanctuary. Next question. There's so many questions that are sort of similar to what I've already answered. I'm trying to find something a bit different. How do you handle stress within the business? Okay, stress is caused by things outside of ourselves. So we never stress ourselves out in the business, or we would say we would never put ourselves under stress. Then we look outside of ourselves and we say a lot of the things that are outside of ourselves are causing us stress. So let's say, for example, we have certain clients who are maybe overstepping the mark, which causes stress. Or we are not bringing enough income from our clients, which is causing us stress. Or we are overcommitting work-wise with our clients, which is causing us stress. Or our clients are giving us too much, which is causing us stress. So I think you can understand, and I think you can look at what your business is doing right now and think about, is this causing me stress? Now, you have caused the stress, because your assumptions and your expectations are that, oh my God, this client's going to do this, and oh my God, I'm never going to have enough time to do that, and oh my God, I've already got to do this, this, and this, so I don't know when I'm going to have time to do that, and oh my God, this client's, like, I'm doing way more work than I've charged this client. That's causing me stress. In fact, you caused all that. So how do you fix that? You script it, and you no longer become the cause of your stress. So you have boundaries. Again, this is all inside the One Sourcing program, guys. This is even inside the foundation, the very first level. You have boundaries. You have things that you're willing to accept and to not accept. You have prices, fees, rates that you're willing to accept and not accept for doing certain things. You have clients with their treatment that you're willing to accept and not accept. Now, every time you accept something that is out of alignment with what you truly want and how you truly want to be treated and how you want your business to go, as soon as you accept something that is out of alignment with that, you have caused yourself stress. It's not on the client, it's not on anyone else. You have accepted that as part of your business, as part of your life. So what you need to do in that case is get super clear on the boundaries, super clear on the income that you're willing to accept, and don't deviate from it unless it's a really damn good reason. And all you do is go through your current paradigms of your business. Like, maybe it's like not enough time. Maybe you need to manifest clients that take less time. Maybe you need to manifest work that takes less time, but you can still charge the same amount of money. You've got to really start thinking about what your ideal business is to be able to actually create it. Another question. Okay, so next question is, some of these are a little bit abstract as well. Why aren't I seeing results? And how can I fix it? I feel like, no worries, Vanessa. I feel like sometimes I sound like a crap record. Okay, so first of all, why aren't you seeing results? The very first question is, have you got clear on what results you're expecting to see? Because oftentimes, and I'll use an analogy. Like, maybe you're expecting certain kind of income results from your business and you're not seeing them. And that's kind of like someone saying, why am I not seeing income results? It's like, why am I not seeing more money come in? But you find a pound in the washing machine that you didn't know was there, and that's a result. Because if you're expecting more money and you find a pound in the washing machine, you've got a result. But you may not notice it as a result because you think, well, that's not really a result, it's a pound. What am I going to do with a pound? Exactly. What are you going to do with a pound? You've not considered your results clearly. You've not been definitive with your results. So this is the first thing as to why you may not be seeing results in your business. Have you been definitive enough about it? If I say to myself, I would like more clients, I work out how many clients I actually need and in what time frame I actually need them. And I plan out how I'm going to get them. It's all about what your expectations are in terms of the results that you're going to see. Because unless you have a clear expectation of your results, you can't reverse engineer the process using the scripting. Okay, so again, the scripting video is all about reverse engineering the process. But the actual results themselves all are relating to your being. Are you being the person that has those results? That's why you need to figure out the results first. So let's say, for example, I'm a six-figure business owner and I want to go into a multi-six-figure business. I have a multi-six-figure virtual assistant business, okay? So I didn't get here simply overnight. You know, I had to go through a lot of processes, a lot of thinking, a lot of thought patterns, a lot of working with clients I don't like to get to this point where I know definitively how it works. And I decide I want a multi-six-figure virtual assistant business. What exactly is that? Is it 200,000 a year? Is it 300,000 a year? Write that down. And then you figure out from your packages how many clients you need, when you need them, when they need to come in by, to be able to create that business. You reverse engineer it again with the scripting. Then you write out everything that happened in order to acquire those clients and to get that business. And you script it out as if it already happened. And then what do? You simply be. You simply be the person that already has the multi-six-figure business. You step into that straight away, okay? And it's funny because nobody really pays attention to the English language. And I don't know actually, I know Vanessa, I think she's from Germany, so she could have told us. But the English language is very interesting, the words that are formed. But everything it comes from being. You don't wait to have it, you decide what you want and then you step into being it. So already when I decide and script out, I am a multi-six-figure VA business owner, I have to start being that person. I have to start being that person in my mind with those clients, with those high-end clients, with that work that's coming in. I prepare myself for it. I prepare my computer. I prepare workspaces. I figure out templates. I simply start being that person. I think about how I'm going to spend my money every month. I think about where I'm going to spend the additional money, that type of thing. I be that. How are we for time? We're coming into the end. So if anyone has any questions, please leave them. But as we go through this, it's very interesting what the word be, the connotation of being it has, because oftentimes we think it's about what we're doing and it's not. It's about who we're being. If we are trying to have a multi-six-figure business, but we are being a zero client VA, it's never going to happen. Sadly, that's just how the world works. But as soon as we can be that multi-six-figure VA, it's like opening a door. It's like opening a floodgate and then allowing everything to come in that you've basically asked for. It's about making it happen. Look at the word behave, right? Our behaviors, how we behave. Now, if we be, then we'll have. So if we be the multi-six-figure business owner, if we act as if, then we'll have the multi-six-figure business. Look at become. We are becoming. If you be the multi-six-figure business, it will come to you. It's basically that simple. It's about being. Being is having. Being is having it come to you. Becoming. So you step in to the person you want to be. You step into the virtual assistant you need to be. And you embody that virtual assistant as if it has already happened. And then you will start to see that opportunities change. And I will end on this note that literally when I want a new client, this is all I do. Like I get clients booking, hey, no worries, Karen. I get clients booking with me whenever I think about it. Okay, so when I'm in a situation where I've got so many clients and I really don't want any more, my consultations go flat as a pancake, my bookings. When I script out that I want a client and I write down, I'm so excited that I've got all these client consultation bookings coming in and I know that within them is going to be the perfect client because I'm the most sought after VA that there is out there, and I know I'm going to end up working with this amazing client from all these consultations, blah, blah, blah. I script it out. Believe me, within 2 or 3 days, my calendar has multiple consultations and I know every single one of them is somebody who I potentially want to work with because that's what I've decided. I don't know how it works, but this is how it works. So guys, all I can say to you is make sure that you really take on board today the scripting in the Sky Sanctuary and also the money spa, because this is also about healing your relationship with not just you, but also yourself. You know, if you're somebody who sits there doubting, who lacks confidence, who's concerned about the competition, who's not quite being where they want to be in their business, then that's something that you need to tackle for yourself, because you actually, in order to get where you want to be, the ideal clients, the really significant income, you know, all of that needs to be really well thought through, which is why I created One Sourcing, because I can give you all the practical information, the practical resources, the practical stuff that you need in order to then say, well, if this is what I need to have a six-figure or a multi-six-figure VA business, then I need to figure out how to incorporate these steps into my life and what that looks like. And once you do that and you take control of it, you take full control of it. So you're manifesting all the time. You know, you're manifesting everything around you. If you've got a crappy business right now, you did that. But the beautiful thing is you can also create an amazing business in a very short space of time if you simply follow certain principles about being the person that you need to be in order to have that business. So that's where I'm going to leave off for here. I have no more questions from my side, from people. I would just take another check just to see if anything else came in. I don't think so. Talked about attracting clients. Think you know how to do that? How do I stop making my business so hard? You simply decide that your business is going to be easy. First of all, doing what you love within your business helps, because nobody has to be forced to do things that they love to do. Okay, so this is the first thing. So if you're feeling, you know, like when you're doing something you really love and it feels like time's flying, it's because you really love doing it. It doesn't feel laborious. It doesn't feel like, oh my God, you know, like I've got to do this again. When you do something you love to do, it no longer becomes hard. You enjoy it. You enjoy sitting there and doing it. So the first rule of thumb in any business is if you're going to provide services to other people, make sure you love what you're doing as a service. Okay? I learned this really on in my business when I started bookkeeping. I hate numbers. Even though I've worked in financial institutions, mortgage units, banks, independent financial advisor firms, numbers was my life for many, many years. Maybe that's why I have a slight aversion to it now, but I did not like bookkeeping services when I started my VA business, and I had so much resistance to it that I almost would repel clients because of it. So in the end, I decided to transition into things that I really love to do, and suddenly I was attracting clients left, right, and center. So the first thing is, if you don't want to make it hard, do something you really enjoy and love to do. And the second thing is, choose to have an easy business. Script, using the scripting in the Sky Sanctuary to have an easy business. Everything flows so easily every day. I wake up, I feel energized every day to start work. You know, think about the things that you really want. I don't care if you say it's a dream. I don't care if you say it's impossible, because nothing is. I'm possible is impossible. And as long as you've got the I am successful. I am an amazing virtual assistant. I am capable. I am confident. The I am is all you need. Okay, on that note, I'm going to leave it. Thank you so much for being here. It's been a great session. Thank you so much for submitting all your questions in advance of this event. I really do appreciate it. And we are back here at 3:30 p.m. my time. Sorry, not 3:30, 5:30 in 2 hours, where we're going to be in the Nomad Cafe with Hannah McKinnon, who's a virtual co-working space member. And we're just going to do a quick friendship call, hangout, chat thing. So if you guys want to join me on that, please do. And in the meantime, thank you so much for being here, and I shall see you later. Take care.